everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and today I kind of wanted to go over one of the things that I'm going to be using a Hobonichi Weeks for in 2019. I'm actually going to start it this year and use my second weeks that I have had, that I have tried using off and on all year, just like a week here and a week there and a day here and a day there. And I came up with the idea when I was watching somebody that somebody here on my channel had referred me to. And her name is Sarah Martinez. And I will link her channel down below because let me just say, I freaking adore her. I cannot stop watching her videos. And 1, she loves Hobonichi. 2, she loves Chic Sparrow. 3, she loves field notes. And I'm like, this person is like my sister. And so I'm like, everything she talks about, I'm like, oh. And really the only difference is she has kids and I have cats and a dog. So, but, okay. I don't know why I've never thought of this, but a few weeks ago, I was like trying to find something about something that Greg and I had done together. And I'm like going back through my Hobonichis and I'm like, dang it. I know we did it, and I know I wrote something about it. I must have written something about it. And then I'm like, well, I can't find it. And so I went through all last year's and then the half year before, could not find it. So I'm like, you know what? I should just freaking do like a journal just for he and I. And it was just, you know, in one ear, out the other, in one side of my head and out the other side of my head. But I was watching her, and she actually has Hobonichi Weeks for both for kids. And so she just writes something really small to them. Now, I had actually tried to do like gratitude journaling and all this kind of thing in my A6. And that never panned out. It was like, this is too much space for me to just write blah, 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 blah. And I just couldn't do it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to write in that in my A6 and write my A5 because I'm already writing my A5. Nothing is going to make me go away from that. I can just guarantee you that. But the way she talked about journaling to each of her kids, and she bought them, it's very cute. She bought them the frog one, and then before we go, we drink coffee before we go or something like that, which is the Mother 2 one, which I'm like, coffee, huh? But it's only like a little tiny little thing. It was not like the coffee bean weeks. I totally would have bought the coffee bean weeks again had they had it. But anyway, I digress. Coffee sends me off on a whole other tangent. We all know that. So she bought them each a week's last year, or I guess maybe in April, I'm not sure. And she just journals something to them every day. And I'm thinking, that's actually not a bad idea. Now, you all know that this is my self-care journal, my self-care Hobonichi Weeks, with the cover that was gifted to me by Tiffany Lou, which I adore. This is the Calypso Hobonichi, the Calypso weekly cover from Chic Sparrow. Tiffany and I exchanged a cover a while back, and I don't think I've actually even shown this one. This is the, I think it's the Bingley in Pemberley. It's the Pemberley cover. It's the blue. I had talked about wanting the Apollo, which is the Odyssey version of the blue that they did. And I know Mr. Bingley was the Darcy maybe. And then they did a blue Pemberley, and I can't remember what color it was. Anyway, Tiffany did not like this color. And she's like, would you be interested? And I'm like, oh, yes. And it has, the reason she didn't sell it is because it's got embossed USS Callister, which is from a TV show that I have not seen yet. But my husband has. And he's like, baby, you would totally love this show. And so it's on my list of things to watch over the winter. So when I can't go out and run and all that kind of thing. So anyway, this housed my side hustle weeks, which is, it's just the red Mega, the 2018 Mega. And I had not, I mean, there's like a page here and there that I'd done something with, or maybe something in one of the months. I had actually filled out November and December, but starting in January, I just was like, I don't really need to. So, like I said, there are things in here that I was trying and stuff like that. But, like, nothing stuck. Until she was talking about journaling to her kids. And I'm like, well, I don't have kids, but I've got 2 cats and a dog who are extremely hilarious and are like my fur children. And then I have my husband. And I'm like, I don't really, I mean, I mentioned certain things in my A5, but it's mostly about things that I do. And so what I'm going to do is for 2019, or from now going forward in this one and for 2019, I'm going to get a new 2019 Hobonichi Weeks Mega. I think a Mega. I don't necessarily need a Mega for what I want to do, but in any case, I may. Who knows? I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't, just because the extra pages, if they're there, that's great. I can just do more journaling or do some like family stuff, you know, whatever I wanted to put in those back pages. But what I'm going to do is going to be the story of us. And that means my husband, me, and our furry grandchildren. And it's just enough in the weeks that I could just write out a sentence or 3 daily about something that happened. Whether it was with the animals, or with Greg, or with me, or about the house, anything like that, that I don't normally put in my Hobonichi Cousin Avec, because that one's mostly about me, about my day and all of that kind of thing, my training and blah, blah, blah. But to have something that documents my life as the matriarch of a family, and, you know, just even, I mean, like last night, let's see. Well, one thing, while I was looking for something else, I found ticket stubs. Let's see if you can see it in there. Yeah. From our date nights. And I'm like, oh, I could put those in there. And I thought, well, dang it, I wish I'd have thought of this earlier. But it's not like I don't have pictures and things in my phone or my Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page, that documents all of, you know, the date nights that we've gone on and that kind of thing. Because I always do that. I always do like a little selfie with him. And it's date night, you know, that kind of thing. If you follow my Instagram, you've seen that. And then I was like, oh, and I've gone in my bullet journal for this year. I had done a future log, or I think it's called a future log. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's where you can put in the future things, and I'll show that to you when I flip this thing around to show you in this. I'll go grab that. But I had written down, because I wasn't using it at all, and I'm like, I should put in all the movies that we go and see, and that way I can make sure that we're seeing at least one movie, a date night movie, every month, because that's one of my 101 goals in 1001 days. So I'm like, I have all of those I can go back and put in here. And on the days that I have something written down on here, fine, I don't have to, I'm not going to have every day going back to January 1st of this year. I mean, I kind of would like to, but it's okay if I don't. And it's okay going forward if I don't put something in every day, as long as I do something every week. And what I'm going to start doing is every, few days or so, I'll print out a couple of pictures at work on our color printer and then cut them out. And that's what I'm going to put on this side of the page. And over here is the weeks. It's the whole week, Monday through Sunday. And it's broken down, and I can just write out certain things. And on the other side, I can just put in pictures or ticket stubs or whatever that I wanted to do. And I was like, I can, because this is going to sound really crazy. And I'm going to sound like a total crazy cat lady. But I'm like, oh, I didn't make like a big spread when I got tier. And I'm like, I should totally do that. And I mean, I put it in my Hobonichi, but I was like, well, there's not really, you know, any place to do like a memory keeping thing. And so I am so sorry. Y'all can tell it has been a hell of a week. Anyway, I apologize. But since I've said something, I'm not going to go back and edit that out. I'm just going to leave it in. So anyway, so I'm like, oh, now I can go in and I can put when I adopted tier, and I can make a big spread about it and all that kind of thing. So yes, I'm going to be documenting the story of us, which is me and my husband and Tier and Heimdall and Saki, my Yorkie. And that way, if I'm like, oh, when did we go see that? I can go and I'm like, oh yeah, this is when we did that. And just kind of document different things. Because like somebody was asking me, my husband and I went to E3, the last big, giant, crazy E3 in like, I think it was like 2008, maybe? Or 2003? And I'm like, I don't remember. So, for those of you who've been following the channel, you know that I get Coco Daisy and I get a Dory. And I've been getting the standard Dories so that I can do memory keeping in those. Either the standard Dory or the B6 Dory. Either one of those. And so now I'm like, okay, what I'm going to do for the rest of the year is try to get this bad boy filled out as best as I can with highlights. And then start just going backwards and doing the story of us in those. And I'm like, that will make me much happier. Now, whether or not it gets done, I don't know, but it's a plan. And I would like to be able to go, oh look, these are all the years that I went to Dragon Con, which is pretty much every year. But these are the years that Greg went to Dragon Con. And then I'll just print out some pictures from that. But some of the big things, like in 2000, see, old, getting old. My memories, it's either 2016 or 2007. It was 2016, I think. For our anniversary, we drove up the coast. And I'm like, oh, I would love to put some pictures in that and just kind of document that trip. And because it was the first big road trip that he and I ever took together. And we both want to do that again. And so, but for like the past 5 years, I haven't had time to do shit. Because I'm either training or fighting or traveling or training or fighting or traveling. And now granted, I'm still training, but it's home. And I'm not really traveling as much as I was for tournaments and stuff. So I want to start doing some memory keeping and putting that into those standard notebooks. So what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and flip this bad boy around and I will show you kind of what I'm thinking about doing in here. But I do want to mention again, her name is Sarah Martinez, and I cannot get enough of her videos. I love them. And she has a ton. And she only has like 600 subscribers, so if you enjoy her videos, follow her because she's awesome. And she's also got an Instagram channel, and so very worthwhile. And I mean, you guys know what kind of people that I love to watch. I just get so enthralled. I love Burgess Taylor. I love John Rush. I love Cindy Gunter Baldo. Can't get it out of my mouth. Although I'm the same way. Amy Wilschlager Graham. Oh my gosh. Never hyphenate your name. It's a pain in the ass. I will tell you that. Especially if it's hard to pronounce. Big, giant pain in the ass. Anyway, that's why it's just Amy Graham on the channel. Because it's like, only my legal name is my hyphenated name. Leaving it there for that. So anyway, let's go ahead and flip this bad boy around. And I'll show you kind of what I'm thinking about doing in here and how it's going to fit kind of thing. And then I will also show you a couple of things that I'll be moving from my bullet journal into this. So I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Now, I have not ever actually put these two together, but look at how nice they look together. It's awesome. So this is my bullet journal, and I moved it into the Blueberry cover that I got from the Foxy Fix mystery sale, and I love it in this. I did have it in my Rustic Kodiak wide, but the next video, you guys will see what I'm doing with that. If you watched my Instagram story or my Instagram posts, you kind of already know what I'm doing with that. But anyway, so what I was talking about was my Calendex. Okay, Calendex. Never really knew exactly what to do with this, and it was like empty for the longest time. So then I went back and I started putting in the date night movies that we went and saw. And then even in July, I started adding the series that we're binge watching. I was like, oh, I already have the date nights, so I can go back and look at those. And then I've got different notes and stuff in here about date nights and all of that. And for those of you who are curious, yes, I am still doing my bullet journal, a little bit here and there. Like this is this week, and it's mostly into a gigantic list, but I plan to do an October spread and get back to it because I do want to finish this out for the end of the year. But it is not like it was. Like I was doing like 5 and 6 pages a month, but I'm going to finish this one out for 2018, and I'll start a new one in 2019, but I'm not sure exactly what I'll use it for. But there's some things that will be moving forward and some things that are not going to. But anyway, Calendex. That's what I was trying to, that's the whole reason I got this whole book out, was just so I can show you, figure out what the hell that was. But that's my bullet journal for right now. But, so, in this, I set this up and I was going to use it for various things, and I didn't use this at all. If anybody has ideas on what to use this page for, please, please, please put me links down below, because I've tried a couple of different things and it has just never worked out. But I want to use it, but like, let me show you. Like here, get back. So this is my year in pixels. And so I've been keeping up with this, although I got to catch up a couple of days. But I love this. Love it. This is the main reason I go back into my bullet journal all the time. But I don't think it's going to look nearly as cool in this. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But, I mean, I could do like, this is just tracking like how I'm feeling, if I've gotten sick, if I had an allergy attack or hives or anything like that. I just don't know what to put. So give me your ideas down below and tell me what you use this for, because I would actually love to use it. Something similar to that, or, you know, tracking, I don't know, just my asthma attacks. Or, I mean, I have thought about getting rid of my small field notes that was my allergy tracker and putting it in here, but I wouldn't be able to put notes in here about what I thought set me off or anything like that. So, go through this. So like in December, I put some things in here. December 8th, 2017 is when I hit 100 subscribers. And I'm over 1,000, which I think is pretty awesome. I love you guys. So January, nothing. February, nothing. March. April, May, just a little bit. A couple of different things that I've sold. Nothing in July. Couple of things, and this is when I became a YouTube partner. And so not very much in the month and the years, or the years in the monthly view. So then, like so these started November 27th, and so I've got a little bit of stuff in there, here and there, but starting into January, hardly anything. And so there's a couple of things, like when I've sold some stuff, but that's about it. I mean, every once in a while. So what I did is I found these two ticket stubs, and so I went back and put those in there and glued them in and wrote date night there. And I mean, like, this is where I tried to track my meals in this, and it just didn't work. That lasted all of 3 days. And so it's not like there's going to be a huge amount of stuff that I'm missing. This is where we saw Ready Player One. And so, like last night, I put the note, and I had, like I said, when you were watching if you watched my Hobonichi self-care update, I had set this one up to do my breakfast, lunch, and dinners, but then I decided, I would rather put that all in one and into my self-care, and we'll see how that works, and then put all my self-care over here. So I left this alone, which I'm glad I did, because then I decided this is where I'm going to do that, and just write in a little bit every day about our day. And it could be something very mundane. I mean, like here, Greg worked late. There was a 1-800-CONTACTS fall party, and he covered help desk. I had a run in the park, and then I came home to the kids, which is our pets. But we call them the kids. So, when we're referring back and forth, it's like, how are the kids? What's going on with the kids or whatever? We just know the pets. So, no, I do not have hidden children anywhere in my house. They are all four-legged and furry. So, but going forward, I'm going to just do that, and I can just use the notes in here. Like I said, there are a couple of days here and there that I won't put anything, but for the most part, I'll be able to track everything. So that's what I'm going to use my second weeks for. And so now I just have to figure out which weeks that I want to use for the Story of Us. And then I'll probably still use this cover, or I may get a cover that says the story and emboss it with the Story of Us. Who knows? Because I want to decide which weeks I want to go with. And I'm still going to probably get a second weeks just for me. I know. So now I'm up to 2 A6s, an A6, the A6 Cousin of Eck. All right, hold on. Let me just start over. We're doing the A5 Cousin of Eck. We're doing the A6 Cousin of Eck, or A6 Techo of Eck. Then the English Planner in A6. And then a Hobonichi Weeks Mega in Banana. And a Hobonichi Weeks with the boars. And there's Tyr. So he is making his little round. Say hello, pretty boy. You coming to play with Mama's leather? Aw. See, he loves laying on the leather. He just really does. And so then for the third weeks, I don't know which one I'm going to get. So, where are you going? Oh, he's looking at this. Tyr. No, come here. Oops. He's going crazy. Hold on, buddy. All right, come here. So anyway, can you hear him? That's how loud his purr is. So yes, he is a purr monster. Purr monster. Yes, he was. Yes, he was with the little goobies. So anyway, this is my youngest child, and I have adored how much you guys love him. So I am happy that in here I will get to write things about him. So yeah, I think it definitely deserves a week's of its own for the Story of Us. So, and he is definitely a part of us. All right, so that's my update and my epiphany that I had thanks to Sarah Martinez. And I appreciate her greatly for her wisdom. And again, if you have not checked her out, check her out down below. I'm going to put her link down below. And thank you to whoever, I couldn't find the comment, but thank you whoever suggested that I watch her videos because you thought that she was a lot like me. I cannot even begin to tell you the number of similarities that I see. And I love her addictions to her collections of Chic Sparrow, although she does not like the Pemberley, which is hilarious because I I love the Pemberley, although I am very intrigued with her thoughts on the Waypoint, and I'm like, oh. So watching all of her videos and stuff has been very tantalizing to me, because I'm like, oh, I've wanted that one. Oh, I've wanted that one. Oh, I want that one. So yes, it's kind of enabled me to go crazy. So anyway, that's everything that I have for the update on the second weeks, or technically the third. We'll see. Everything that I want, the weeks that I do want already, are already sold out, and they won't be restocked until October, so I'm already waiting. And there's a little part of me that might wait and for the Story of Us and get the Bullion cover weeks, because it's so cute. Even though we don't own like a Jack Russell, I think he's a Jack Russell, but I think that's the cutest cover ever. And although I would have totally gone with a Poe too. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and I will be updating you on my Kodiak, my rustic Kodiak in wide very soon. So keep your eye out for that, and I will talk to you all later. Have a good night.